What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video, man. Today I'm coming at you talking about Sean Stewart, a 6'9", 227-pound power forward coming out of Windermere, Florida. Now, Sean, he's a 5-star athlete. He came out of Mount Verde Academy. He played there for his senior year, and he was rated the 19th best player in his ESPN ranking and the #1 rated player from the state of Florida, actually. He played in the McDonald's All-American game, and he recorded a solid 6 points and 8 rebounds. Obviously, it's a lot of different guys that's 5 stars and other great players that's going to get there. So stats didn't look too good from that game, but it was a solid game from him, and it showed exactly what he's going to provide in the league and at Duke this up-and-coming year. Speaking of Duke, he's a 5-star commit that committed to Duke alongside who we all know, Jared McCain, who was a 5-star, and Caleb Foster, who's also a 5-star out of California alongside McCain. Now, I do believe that Sean will have the possibility of making the starting lineup at Duke. I know that Duke has Mark Mitchell, who was their power forward last year, small forward, power forward, whatever you want to put him. He played there last year. He's also another 5-star that came out the year before, so he may have the nod over Stewart to begin, but I definitely see Sean being able to start later on in the year if he shows what he showed in high school. Now, Sean has a bit of a cheat code getting to the league due to his family. His father, Michael Stewart, played 8 years in the NBA, and his grandfather, Mike, had a prestigious career at Santa Clara, where he took home the WCC Player of the Year in 1972. Sheesh, Grandpa, that was a little minute ago. I'm not even going to lie to you, but hey, it's cool. He also enjoyed a 8-year career overseas where he played comfortably. Now let's jump into why I believe that Sean's going to be something in the league one day. Now to start, the first thing that caught my eye when I was watching Sean was his ability to guard the 3 through the 5. Being that he's 6'9" and he has a solid amount of length and speed. Pause on the play. I understand that was kind of crazy for me to say, but due to his length and his speed, he definitely can guard a lot of different positions, and you saw him matching up against a lot of the top small forwards, power forwards, and centers this year. Now, this is just a start for him. Obviously, he's going to get a little bit better at every part of his defensive game. He's young. He's a true freshman. So as he continues to grow, I definitely believe he could be a guy that can guard the 1 through the 5. Obviously, the NBA is coming into its own and being a positionless game, and I definitely see him being able to become a positionless defender one day. This is just a start for him. Another thing that stood out to me about Sean's game was his strength. His ability to work in the post, his ability to defend in the post, his ability to set screens, and being able to finish at the basket. Now, these are all huge problems for the opposition because he's extremely strong and fundamentally sound. Now, at this age, you usually don't see guys being this strong and being able to move a lot of different defenders throughout the nation, especially if you're playing up against guys who are seen to be at your level in terms of skill. And he did it all year from Mount Verde. I obviously didn't see every single game, but from what I did see, he was moving those guys like they were 14-year-olds. Now, he obviously has a lot of strength that he can gain, but from what I've seen, he's definitely above the average level of strength that you should have as an 18, 19-year-old kid. Another thing that stood out to me about him is he's a team player. Now, imagine you're a 5-star athlete and you're coming out of Florida and you think you're him, and you come to a team full of other guys that's 5 stars, but they tell you, hey, we're going to start these 5 stars over you. You're going to come off the bench. A lot of you guys probably wouldn't buy in. I probably wouldn't have bought in my own self, but he bought in, and he bought in quickly, and he was effective all year long for them. He actually won the NIBC 6-Man of the Year award as a 5-star. That's not done usually when you're a 5-star because you always have known to be the starter, to be the star player, and that's all that you want to become. But he bought in immediately, and he was good with it. Now, this is the best type of teammate that you can have. From what I saw this year, he wasn't a ball hog, And during all of these games, he was extremely efficient and effective on both ends of the floor. He could score. He could hit a mid-range every once in a while. Down low, he was extremely dominant. And on the other end, you weren't getting a layup on him. Now, the thing that did shock me about Sean that I didn't see coming, obviously you see him dunking the basketball. He's 6'9". That's what he's supposed to do, right? But no, he actually got bounced. The kid got bounced. Like, it's not a joke. You know, that tall 6'6" big guy in the league right now, Zion Williamson, who has crazy bounce, who we believe is the bounciest player in the NBA. Yeah, he just beat his standing record at Duke a couple weeks ago, actually. Zion had a 35.5-inch vertical. Sean had a 36, and he's 2 inches taller. Now, in no regard am I saying that he's the same athlete of Zion. Zion, obviously, when he's running, it's a bit different. But it's definitely something that you should keep your eye on when you're looking at Sean. Sean is no slouch when it comes to jumping out the gym. And it showed in his game. Nobody was really blocking his shots. He could dunk the ball at will. He was tremendous around the rim, and he's always been tremendous around the rim. And I see that happening for him as he continues his career. Now, for me, I see him becoming at his worst if he gets an opportunity to play in the NBA, and if he continues to work on his game, and if he works hard and he stays out of the streets and he's doing what he's supposed to do. I see his floor being a 10-6 guy on the NBA roster for any team in the league. He is what you need. He's that prototypical big that you're going to want, that you need to have for every NBA roster. At his floor, he gives me a good Taj Gibson. 10-6 is something that I could see for him every single night in the NBA. But that's just his floor. His ceiling is unknown. I'm not the type of guy that likes to talk about what a player can be, because I'm not the type of guy to know what that player can be. Only they can know. It's up to him what he wants to become. But to me, his ceiling, he could be something as far as a 20-10 guy. Easy 20-10 guy, easy all-star if he continues to grow the way that I see him being able to grow. He's a good player, and he can play on any winning organization in the NBA. He's already done it. He won in high school. I definitely see him still winning in college. And I see him playing for a team that's already good in the NBA. I see him being maybe a mid-first rounder, something of that sort. Now, he does have an area that he can improve in. Obviously, his jump shooting isn't the best. Now, he can knock down the mid-range. If you give it to him, he gonna knock that down. He may even knock down a couple threes this year for Duke if you leave him open. But he definitely has to hit that shot more consistently. I'm going to have to see a lot more of that, because the league is becoming a shooting game. If you can't shoot the greatest, then you're not going to last long in the league. But I definitely don't see that he won't be that type of player one day. And that's really all that I got for him today, y'all. I appreciate you for watching the video. Drop a like, sub up. Until the next one. Thanks.